Fans, please turn your attention to the area behind home plate for a special pregame performance by the Wilbur Watts Intermediate School Choir. Let's hear it one more time for the Wilbur Watts Intermediate School Choir.
Tonight's Thunder Field of Dreams team is the Central Jersey Rebels baseball team.
It's time for another edition of Thursday Night Thunder on MLB The Show. I'm John Mozes. Thanks for making us part of your Thursday night. The Trenton Thunder and the Richmond Flying Squirrels. This is a matchup from May 8th of this season. The Thunder, right around the 500 mark on their season, 13-14 entering play today. It's a team that has pitched well as they have in past seasons, and tonight facing off with a Western Division opponent. On the mound for the Thunder tonight is right-hander Clark Schmidt, one of the top prospects in the Yankees minor league system. We will meet the starting lineup presented tonight by Northfield Bank. For the Richmond Flying Squirrels, right fielder Jorge Benitez will lead off, followed by shortstop Mark Moyer. Third baseman Derek Fold bats third, and then the former big leaguer first baseman Logan Morrison. Jordan Foley is with us, 2018 member of the Thunder. The first offering is inside for ball one. Thursday Night Thunder underway. And, well, Jordan, it's great to watch some baseball once again, but you were in spring training once again with the Colorado Rockies, second year in their organization. How was your spring training going before it got cut off early?
It was good. I felt really good coming into this season, feeling really strong and good about about what my season might become, and got one live BP outing in, and then everything got shut down, and everything, they sent us home and everything. So it was just an unfortunate circumstance, obviously, for a lot of people in this country. But for me personally, I just felt really good about this year. So hopefully we can get this all resolved and get the season back going and return things to normal.
Jorge Benitez pops out to the second baseman for the Thunder. It is Hoy Park at second base for Trenton tonight. Rounding out the starting lineup presented by Northfield Bank for the Richmond Flying Squirrels, Elliot Ramos, one of the top prospects in the Giants system, in center field bats fifth. Followed by Peter Maris, the designated hitter, second baseman Jalen Miller, and catcher Adam Jurenko. Here's a fly ball to center field caught by Estevan Floria on their two away here in the top half of the first inning. Rounding out the starting lineup for the Flying Squirrels is left fielder Jacob Heyward. Starting lineups tonight presented by Northfield Bank. The batter now is shortstop Mark Moyer. A right-hand batter for the Flying Squirrels. And Jordan, I think we're sort of at the time of year where a lot of guys are sort of hanging around inside, and for some that means video games. Is there a particular game you're playing these days?
The better question is which game I'm not with all this extra time on my hands. I've been playing the show a lot, so this is pretty cool to watch a game, I guess, because I've been playing so much. Call of Duty, mixing in some Fortnite with some teammates. But yeah, other than that, it's been a little weird having so much time.
First inning in the books. We head to the bottom of the first inning here on Thursday Night Thunder. Left-hander Caleb Barriger gets the start for the Flying Squirrels. Have you pitched with yourself in MLB The Show, Jordan?
I have not. I know my brother, I was on the phone with my brother the other day, and he was saying that he started a franchise and with the Rockies and called me up immediately and put me in the rotation. And said I didn't do too bad. So, but I actually have faced myself. I made my Road to the Show character, and my second game, I actually faced myself. So that was kind of weird. Went 2 for 4. So I guess 50-50. I guess I got him out 50% of the time, but he got me twice.
I mean, there is a lot to unpack there, partner. I mean, have you envisioned yourself pitching at Coors Field since the trade to the Rockies a couple years ago now?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, obviously, when I was with the Yankees, it was dreaming about Yankee Stadium, but now just seeing Coors Field on TV, it looks like a very unique park, and I just wanting to get there and have that be home is obviously the main goal.
Estevan Floria is the batter for the Thunder here in the bottom half of the first inning. Barriger's pitch is swung on and fouled away for strike 2. Starting lineup for the Thunder presented by Northfield Bank has Floria, followed by the shortstop Kyle Holder, then the designated hitter Chris Gittens. As Floria lifts the next pitch towards shallow left center field on the run, Jacob Heyward is there to make the catch. And there's one away. Rounding out that Northfield Bank starting lineup for the Thunder, first baseman Brandon Wagner, then right fielder Trey Amburgey bats 5th, Hoy Park, second baseman bats 6th, Zach Zahner in left field bats 7th, followed by the third baseman Max Burt and the catcher Francisco Diaz. Here is Kyle Holder, one of the top defensive players in all of minor league baseball. And Jordan, from your time in the Yankees minor league system, I imagine you crossed over with Kyle and watched him play defense. That is certainly the calling card for him. But what's it like to have a guy like that at shortstop behind you?
Oh, it's amazing. They always say the shortstop's the pitcher's best friend. I don't know why, but most ground balls usually go there. I'm sure there's some kind of reasoning for that, but yeah, he's one of the most impressive guys I've ever played with. Just on anything that gets hit to him, you can count on that play getting made, and yeah, his hands, and he's got a really strong arm and just everything about it. Yeah, it's really nice having a guy back there. When the guy makes contact, you're kind of hoping it goes to that guy first.
Chris Gittens now batting for the Thunder with 2 away here in the bottom half of the first inning here on Thursday Night Thunder, presented by Stark & Stark. The pitch from Barriger is fouled away for strike one. I mean, you've gotten a chance to play in a lot of different ballparks. How much does the park itself and the field that you play at affect the defense that's played behind you?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, obviously, if it's an older place that obviously just didn't have as much time focused on the field management, I guess, with the dirt and everything, you can kind of tell that the infielders aren't too excited about fielding ground balls off of it. They're worried about catching a bad hop in the face or something, or making an error because of something with the dirt. But yeah, when you got a nice place and it's filled, the stadium's full, and there's that buzz in the stadium. There's nothing, you can't really replicate that, and that just brings the best out of players in general. Is when the crowds, the stadium's full and the crowd's loud and into the game and stuff. So I'd say the field has a big factor in how guys want to play that day.
On to the top half of the second inning here at Arm & Hammer Park. It is 2 balls and 1 strike as Clark Schmidt is back to the mound for the Thunder. Jordan Foley is with us here on Thursday Night Thunder, member of the 2018 Eastern Division champion Trenton Thunder, as Morrison swings through the next offering for strike 2. And, that 2018 campaign is one that I think will stick with me for a long time. There was great talent in the league across the board last year, particularly in New Hampshire, where Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Kevin Biggio, and Bo Bichette played just about the entire season there. Yet it was the Thunder that won the Eastern Division that year. That group, I think, as much as anything, really stuck together throughout the season. And, Jordan, you were a big part of that. You were one of the 2 or 3 guys that were healthy and active all season long. What are some of your memories from the 2018 season in Trenton?
That is one of my, that might be the favorite year I've had in professional baseball. Like you said, it was just a unique group of guys that most of us had played with each other in the previous years, and it just all, and then having Jay Bell as our manager, I mean, he's one of the best, and he should be managing the major leagues. Right now, I guess not right now with no baseball, but somebody could, some team would be very happy with having him as their manager, which the path he's kind of going on, it's kind of looking to be, he's on that path. So it all started with him, and just kind of creating an atmosphere in the team and everything that that just made it a lot easier for everybody to kind of come together and work towards winning ball games.
And Clark Schmidt rolling right along as he works with 2 away here in the second inning, facing designated hitter Peter Maris next. Is there a specific game that sort of sticks out to you from 2018 that was sort of a most memorable one for you?
I mean, just the 2 games that we clinched. So the game in Hartford that we clinched a playoff spot, and then coming home, and it came down to the last season on who was going to have the number 1 seed, and we ended up winning that one too. So obviously there's no better feeling of winning than anything you do. Everybody wants to win, and then just kind of having the opportunity to kind of let loose and celebrate with the guys and enjoy it was obviously something that I'll hold for the rest of my life, and stuff I like to think about a lot.
A 2-2 pitch to Maris is swung on and fouled away. Still a scoreless game here in the top half of the second inning here on Thursday Night Thunder. Jordan Foley is with us, member of the Thunder for the entire 2018 campaign. This one swung on and popped up foul, once again off to the third base side. I mean, I think one of the reasons that the 2018 Thunder will be remembered was that we were the first team to celebrate the playoffs, whether it was a clinch, a division clinch, a playoff of any nature, in the Hartford clubhouse. We were first.
Yeah, I played there this year, so just, talking to the front office staff that was kind of involved in setting the clubhouse up and putting everything in there, and then they were also involved in the cleanup of that place. So they all still talk about how messy that was and how much destruction we did in there celebrating. It's a long season, so when you have the opportunity to celebrate something, you got to do it, and you got to do it all out, because the season can get long, and you got to celebrate while you can.
Jalen Miller now the batter for Richmond after the 2-out walk to Peter Maris. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. And yeah, pulling back the curtain a little bit for fans at home, players love an opportunity to celebrate. As you said, it's a long season, to celebrate the good that comes with what you accomplish on the field. But it's often us employees, the full-time and part-time staff of the front office, that set up the clubhouse so that you can protect all the relevant equipment, protect all the lockers, and then we've got to clean up afterward. I've had a hand in that a couple times over the years in Trenton.
Yeah, I think you'd definitely rather clean up the home clubhouse than the visiting clubhouse if you were part of the staff there.
Cleaning up here in the second inning is Clark Schmidt. Another strikeout, this one of Jalen Miller, to work around the 2-out walk. Scoreless, we head to the bottom of the second here on Thursday Night Thunder. Bottom half of the second inning on Thursday Night Thunder, presented tonight by Stark & Stark. Brandon Wagner, first pitch swinging. Ground ball towards short, and taken care of. An excellent play there by Mark Moyer at shortstop. And it's those little plays in the field that can add up over the course of the game. Barriger needing just 15 pitches to get his first 4 outs in this one tonight. First offering to Trey Amburgey. First offering to Amburgey is in there for a strike. Chicky and Pete on Route 130 in Bordentown is open for pickup and delivery on Uber Eats. Just because you're stuck inside all day long doesn't mean you have to miss out on my favorite game day snack, the Chicky and Pete's crab fries. Call today to secure a great meal for you and your family. First responders and medical professionals get 20% off of their first order. Jordan, I'm not lying when I say that crab fries are my favorite snack at the ballpark. Did you have crab fries when you were in Trenton?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was, if we went to Chicky and Pete's, that was a necessity. You don't eat there unless you get crab fries. Those things are unbelievable.
2 away after the fly ball to center field off the bat of Trey Amburgey. Here is Hoy Park. And he fouls the first one away for strike 1. I mean, it's hard to beat Chicky and Pete's crab fries for me. When I'm at a game, that's the only thing I want.
Yeah, that's just that seasoning on the fries, or just like the perfect crunch with the sauce. Yeah, it's hard to beat.
Strike 2 on Park as he swings through a good breaking ball from Caleb Barriger. This game's still scoreless here in the bottom half of the second inning. Left-hand batter Park awaits. And the next toss from Barriger just off the outside corner. Close miss.
You need that call. You want that call if you're a pitcher.
We'll see where Barriger goes here. A 1-2. On the inside corner, he struck him out looking. Well, pitchers are dueling here on Thursday Night Thunder. A couple of scoreless innings between Clark Schmidt and Caleb Barriger. We head to the third here on Thursday Night Thunder. Presented tonight by Stark & Stark.
Thunder fans, I'm in shallow right field with Cece and Boomer, and when Cece heard Boomer wanted to take her on in a foot race, she accepted the challenge. Little did she know, Boomer has a super soaker, and he's ready to use it. All right, Cece, on your mark, get set, go! Cece's off, running through the water that Boomer is squirting at her. Boomer Boomer chucks the Super Soaker. And they're racing towards Cloudman at the finish line. Boomer trailing Cece as she crosses the finish line. Congratulations, Cece. You are the Wendy's of Mercer County Boomer Race winner.
Third inning of Thursday Night Thunder as Clark Schmidt's first offering is swung on and fouled away. Still a scoreless game. Jordan Foley still with us for one final inning here on Thursday Night Thunder. And, you know, Jordan, you've had the chance to play in the Eastern League the last 2 years. Do you have a favorite ballpark outside of Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford?
Ooh, let's see here. Ballpark, Altoona has a really nice field. Everything about it. Their surface is really nice, and when they get a crowd, it's a cool little atmosphere.
Yeah, Altoona's a favorite for me too. It's got sort of that big league feel to it with the second deck, and the press box is on top of that second deck. It's a high view that's hard to beat as you look over central Pennsylvania into the outfield there.
Yeah, I remember we were there for July 4th in 2018. I think I was pitching in the 9th inning, and they set the fireworks off while the game was still going on.
I remember that.
We might have had the delay or something like that, where they had to get the fireworks going before a certain amount of time. So that was unique.
Oh yeah, oh god, you just reminded me of that. That was very funny. You know, the Thunder were winning the game, and you know the Curve had their own fireworks show planned for after the game. But you know, there's the little amusement park that's right in the outfield. You know, you see the roller coaster in right field, and they had decided that at 10 o'clock at night they were shooting their fireworks no matter what was happening with the Curve game.
Yeah, lifting my leg up and hearing a big firework go boom isn't ideal.
Pitch to Jacob Heyward is outside. The count 2 balls and 1 strike here in the top half of the third inning. With 1 away, the toss from Schmidt misses inside, and the count 3-1 now. Altoona is an underrated favorite for me. I think the hotel is a little bit of a different story, but at the same time, you know, there's nothing to beat, you know, the way that ballpark sort of sets up for everybody. And, you know, it's a relatively spacious visiting clubhouse as far as those things are concerned at AA. And, I think that place is a little bit underrated when it comes to Eastern League road trips.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, Akron has the cool, like, kind of downtown vibe to it. That's a really nice stadium as well. But then you got the places like Reading and Portland that are kind of older, but they still have that just kind of tradition. And, you know, Reading sells out, and they do a bunch of stuff in the middle during the game and stuff that, you know, just from an entertainment standpoint. So it's also, there's cool parts of the kind of the older places, too, that have some character.
Yeah, I would love to catch a hot dog from the crazy hot dog vendor in Reading sometime. Does he ever sneak one to you guys in the visiting dugout?
No, we're kind of hoping one would slip out of his hand and hit the net and roll into our dugout. But no, that guy had a pretty good arm.
Jorge Benitez is the batter for Richmond. Scoreless game here in the top half of the third, and a runner aboard. And it's a runner you have to be aware of, Jacob Heyward, one of the excellent base runners in the Eastern League last season.
Yeah, I remember facing him. He was, you didn't want him to get on base.
Boy, him and Jalen Miller together certainly made it a tough day for pitchers and catchers.
Yeah, they had Fargus, too, their center fielder, who was, I think he led the league in steals.
Yeah.
That guy, I remember facing him in low A, and it doesn't matter who you are or how quick you are to the plate, he's taking off within the first couple pitches, no matter what.
Pitch to Jorge Benitez. Good. Curveball drops in there for a strike. And the count is 1-2. Clark Schmidt ready. And the right-hander fires again. That pitch is swung on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jordan, you have faced, quite a few players over the years. Players that are seen as prospects, players that, maybe are underrated. But who would you say are some of the toughest hitters that you've faced in pro ball?
Vlad Jr. has got to be up there at the top of the list. He is just something you've never really seen before coming up through the minors. There was times facing him where no matter what I threw up there, he really kind of didn't really look like he was fooled by it. So that's not exactly the most comforted feeling when you're a pitcher. When the guy looks really comfortable in there, and you can't really seem to disrupt his timing with anything. So he's definitely one that'll always stick out. But I'd say the Bohm guy from the Phillies,
Alec Bohm.
I think he was a really good hitter, big guy. So you felt like you had more room to kind of miss his bat, but he didn't really strike out or swing and miss very often too. So I'm sure I could probably go down a pretty good list, but those are two guys that have just kind of stuck out recently.
2 balls and 1 strike, 2 away. Clark Schmidt. A little bit of a lengthier third inning here as the Flying Squirrels have worked that pitch count up to pitch number 50, which is coming up next here. And Schmidt delivers again. That one swung on and fouled away for strike 2. I mean, I think, this is sort of a catch-22 for pitchers, that you really want to feel like you can get every guy out that you face, as another one is fouled away. But there are definitely hitters that I'm sure you faced in your career that you say to yourself, oh, I've got this guy's number. Is there someone like that you feel like every time you face them that you'd feel real confident about getting them out?
I mean, nobody that really jumps out of my head, but I mean, there is, it kind of goes day by day too, because if there's something if a guy's got a hole that you know of, and for whatever reason you can't make that certain pitch, you got to make adjustments and stuff. But yeah, there definitely is. There's guys out there that I feel pretty good that my stuff kind of plays to or my strengths are exactly where their weaknesses lie. So those are the guys you like facing.
All smiles for Clark Schmidt. Another strikeout to finish off the top half of the third inning, and then a leadoff single for the Thunder here in the bottom half of the third. Looks like Zach Zahner, his first at bat in the game, against left-hander Caleb Barriger for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Next offering to Max Burt, swung on and bounced to second. 1 play for the second baseman. That's over to first. And the Thunder have a man in scoring position with 1 away. So, okay, Jordan, let's put yourself in the game here. If you're pitching, man on second, 1 away, 9th batter in the order at the plate. How are you attacking that batter as Diaz grounds out to second?
I'm being really aggressive. You don't want to put that guy on or walk him or whatever. So you just got to go at him with the best stuff. It's the 9-hole guy, so most of the time those guys aren't the best hitters most of the time, but or just you can get them out a little easier, or they're not going to do a whole lot of damage to you. So yeah, you just got to go right at them because you don't want to put more guys on base for when the lineup flips over and you got the top of the lineup.
Estevan Florial fouls the next one away. RBI opportunity for the Thunder here in the bottom half of the third inning. Barriger delivers again. Florial swings and pops it up down the left field line, but that will get out of play for strike 2.
A lot of foul balls this game.
Got to make those pitchers work. Next offering is fouled away again by Florial. How about this? Just 30 pitches for Barriger here in the bottom half of the third with 2 out. And the lefty fires a fastball up high for ball 2.
That's where you're sitting in the bullpen. You can put your feet up for a little bit. You can relax a little bit when the guy's pitch counts down. He looks like he's control of the game. It's early in the game, so you can take a couple innings off.
Breaking ball bites outside. And Florial has worked the count into his favor. You see Kyle Holder in the on-deck circle for the Thunder. And the payoff pitch from Barriger is swung on and lifted to left field, sending Heyward back. He's at the track and makes the catch to end the bottom half of the third inning. 3 scoreless innings here in the books on Thursday Night Thunder. Jordan Foley, thanks for taking some time with us tonight. Thursday Night Thunder continues. It's the top half of the fourth inning, a scoreless game. Excellent pitching duel tonight between right-hander Clark Schmidt and left-hander Caleb Barriger. The Eastern League's most valuable player last season was Chris Gittens, and he joins us here on Thursday Night Thunder. Chris, where is life for you now that you're not in Tampa?
Life for me is in McKinney, Texas.
And what is life like these days? What kind of things are you doing to fill your time?
Right now, working out and playing a lot of video games.
A lot of video games as Clark Schmitz gets a strikeout of Folds here for the first out here in the fourth inning. What are some of the favorite video games? How are you spending your time?
Right now, Call of Duty is the biggest one. It's huge right now. I play it. Me and Trey Amburgey play a lot right now. So Call of Duty, the new one that just came out, is the best one.
Oh, so you're playing Warzone.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's a fly ball to right field. It'll be caught by your good friend Trey Amburgey. Do you want to put out your gamer tag or anything like that so fans can play with you online?
Hard hitting 34. PS4.
Hard hitting. Boy, I feel like I've never heard that before.
Right.
I mean, that's the name of your Twitter account, amongst other things. Where does that come from? Where did you say to yourself, I want to be known as hard hitting?
The hitting coach, my second year in pro ball, James Rousing, he's the one that came up with hard hitting.
Interesting. And why was that the case?
The exit velo, the ball off the bat, he said that he's never seen it before, so I was just like, well, hard hitting Chris Gittens, it rolls off the tongue. So
another strikeout here by Clark Schmidt here in the fourth inning. He continues to roll along. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Still a scoreless game here on Thursday Night Thunder. Here's Caleb Barriger back to the mound for the Richmond Flying Squirrels, a left-hander. His first offering is swung on and lifted toward the opposite field. This is an opportunity for the Thunder, but a nice play by the center fielder to make the catch. Well done by Hilliot Ramos to run that down, and there is one away. So, Chris, you were telling us about James Rowson, hitting coach.
Yeah.
I guess that was back when you were in Charleston?
Yeah, Charleston, and then when I was in rookie ball in 2015.
Now, is it strange to you to see yourself hitting in a video game because you're up at the plate right now, Chris?
Oh, no, most definitely. It's very awkward. Hey, but I like the stands and everything. Good take right there by me. Inside fastball. Usually don't take those pitches. Come on,
Rocket
now.
shot foul down the third base line for strike two. And the delivery from Barriger is swung on and missed for strike three. Well, looked like the good changeup there, partner.
It happens. It happens. Get him next time.
And that is sort of part of the game for almost every power hitter that, steps to the plate in baseball. Strikeouts are just part of it these days.
Yeah, most definitely. This game, you just got to learn how to adjust and move on to the next pitch. Don't worry about it.
First offering in there for a ball to Brandon Wagner. All right, now some fans have submitted questions to us for you, Chris, and we're going to pull a couple of those up here as we work through Thursday Night Thunder, presented tonight by Stark & Stark. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike on Wagner. And the next offering from Barriger is swung on and grounded foul down the third base line. All right, so this comes from Yo, it's Chan the Man on Instagram. What's your favorite drill? And I presume this is a favorite hitting drill for you.
Favorite hitting drill? Really, BP in the cage from short distance. Nate Sitz, Sitz would throw BBs at me as hard as he could and just tell me to hit it. That was my favorite one last year.
6 being Pat Rossler, a longtime player development coach.
Ooh, nice hit.
That's Brandon Wagner punching one down the third base line for the Thunder.
Yeah, but definitely that helped me out a lot, and it was just fun just competing against Sitz in the cages, and he just talking, just tell me, don't worry about it, just hit it. You know your zone, hit where you need to be.
Fourth inning comes to an end after a fly out to right field. It's a scoreless game as we head to the fifth here on Thursday Night Thunder, presented tonight by Stark & Stark. Clark Schmidt and the Thunder continue tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. Right-hander's first offering is taken low for ball one. The 2019 Eastern League's most valuable player, Chris Gittens, is with us. Has it really sunk in for you to earn that award last season?
No, it still hasn't. It's really a blessing, dream come true. Coming from me hitting 160 the first time in Trenton to come and hitting 280 with 23 home runs in regular season. So it was a blast. I had a great time with the guys, and this was the best team I've ever been a part of. Even if we didn't win, I'll say this is probably my favorite team.
Next offering is taken down low, and the count is full here to the leadoff man for the Flying Squirrels here in the fifth inning. I mean, Chris, you've gotten to see a lot of Clark Schmidt up close and personal. Have you faced him in spring training? Is he tough for an opposing right-hand batter?
Yes, this spring training I got to face him. He is nasty. Literally can throw anything, and sometimes people forget that he has a curveball, and his curveball and his slider is disgusting.
First offering high to Jalen Miller with a man aboard. And nobody out here in the fifth inning. We'll get another question in here from Instagram. This coming from Yankee.Source. Who is your favorite teammate?
My favorite, I got a couple of them, but my favorite teammate, probably I'll say Kyle Holder. I'll say that's probably my favorite teammate just because we came up all throughout from 2015. Granted, I'm a year behind him, well, a year above him, but through Charleston, Tampa, and Trenton. So we just spent a lot of time together hanging out on the field and off the field. And he makes nasty plays, so.
Pitch is fouled away by Miller. The count 2-2 strikes. I will say, one of the best plays that I've ever seen in person came from Kyle Holder last year. The play where he sort of fell to his knees going into the hole at shortstop and then fired an absolute rocket across the infield, but a play that wouldn't have been made without your glove, and you said as much on Instagram that night.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like I said, I'm the offensive line of baseball. My position is the offensive line of baseball. I feel like Kyle is the running back, so when the running back gets a good hold, nobody really says nothing about the offensive lineman, but it's a good job by Kyle Holder, but I'll let him have it. But I love to pick up my teammates knowing that they can make that play and don't have to worry about an error being called or anything. They know that I got them. I have their backs.
I mean, that really must be one of the biggest parts of your job defensively, more than, fielding your position, when a ball is hit directly at you, but picking up when throws are low or something of that nature. It seems like that is an underrated part of playing first base.
Yeah, most definitely. And I feel like a lot of people need to I'm starting to enjoy it now. I say when I first started pro ball, I didn't enjoy it a lot. Now I'm really enjoying the picks and practicing the picks and doing all the good stuff.
Pitches inside as Schmidt has worked himself into a little bit of trouble here in the top half of the fifth inning. A couple of men aboard and nobody out. And behind in the count here against catcher Adam Jurenko. Schmidt with a long pause, and his pitch is up high. He's fallen behind here 3-1. I mean, this is the type of count you love to have in your favor. Hey, Chris?
Yeah, no, 100%. But I feel like Clark is confident with any pitch, so I don't think a fastball will come right here.
And the delivery home is swung on and missed. And, boy, you're right on point, Chris. Good curveball.
Yeah, he can throw anything for a strike, so now – it's in the hitter's head, 3-1 curveball. You never know what's coming now.
Next offering home, swung on and lined down the right field line, but it hangs up long enough for the right fielder to make the catch. And a big first out for the Thunder, but advancing from second to third is Peter Maris. On the way here in the inning, just a beautiful night here on Thursday Night Thunder, presented tonight by Stark & Stark. Here's Jacob Heyward in the ninth spot in the order for Richmond. He takes a fastball strike from Clark Schmidt.
Oh, the all-star MVP right here. Eastern League all-star MVP, my boy Jacob.
And an 0-1 pitch to Heyward is outside for ball one. I mean, I'm curious, Chris, how many other guys that you crossed paths with in the Eastern League last year did you know personally before the season had started?
A lot of them, like Jalen Miller, Heyward, trying to think, Foley. Knew Foley in high school. Never got to play each other, but I heard about them.
A deep fly ball to left field off the bat of Heyward will be deep enough to score the first run of the ball game. The Flying Squirrels have a 1-0 lead here in the fifth inning. So you heard about Jordan Foley before you were Yankees teammates?
Yeah, I heard about him. He went to the Colony High School in the Colony, Texas. So he was a little bit older than me, and the Colony was real good back in the day.
Jorge Benitez at the top of the order for Richmond swings at the first offering and grounds one into right field, a base hit. So some more trouble brewing here for Clark Schmidt and the Thunder here in the fifth inning.
Left it over the plate a little bit, but 2 outs, we'd be good.
Here's Mark Moyer, the shortstop for Richmond. Schmidt trying to work out of some trouble. His first offering in there for a strike. Were there any other guys that you knew from your high school days that went on to professional baseball, Chris?
Matt Lipka. Played against him in high school. I was a senior. I mean, he was a senior when I was a sophomore, and we were in the same district, so we played each other a lot. So him and one of my good close friends, Kyle Crick, who played with the Flying Squirrel.
Yeah, Kyle Crick now in the bullpen, I believe, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's with the Pirates now.
The ball and 2 strikes pitched to Moyers just outside for ball 2. I mean, that must have been pretty cool for you to get to be a teammate of Matt Lipka for much of the season last year.
Yeah, most definitely. Still the best game with Matt Lipka was the bunt with 2 outs. Loved it. Best time.
We'll pick up that thought when we return. Bottom half of the fifth inning. Coming up next, Flying Squirrels leading it 1-0 here on Thursday Night Thunder. On we go to the home half of the fifth inning. Left-hander Caleb Barriger on the mound for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. The Eastern League's most valuable player from a season ago. Hard-hitting Chris Gittens is with us here on Thursday Night Thunder. And, you mentioned that bunt at Hartford. That was, one of the most memorable games for me in the 2019 campaign in which the Thunder won the Eastern League title.
Right. No, most definitely. And people complain about it, but I'm just like, he's a 9-hole. You had 4 guys coming up that was hitting above 300 in a short park, so anything could have happened. But I see it both ways. I really do.
There's a pop-up off the bat of Zach Zahner, and it drops into the glove of the center fielder, quickly 2 away for the Thunder here in the fifth inning. And, I was a little bit surprised to see the reaction of that. I mean, nobody really knows the context as this offering is swung on and lifted to left field for a base hit for the Thunder here with 2 out. And, it was a 3-0 game, 2 outs in the ninth inning. You're in a small ballpark. You got the league leader in batting average in the on-deck circle. I mean, you got to try to play to win the game at that point.
Yeah, most definitely. You play to win. You play to win the game. So, and he did what he does. That's his best tool right there is running. So why not show it off?
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a surprise to see Matt Lipka drop down a bunt. I mean, he played the full season in the Eastern League in 2018 with Richmond. I mean, everybody knows who he is and what kind of stuff he does well.
Yeah, most definitely. I just feel like a lot of people were just mad about the whole situation, and it just got escalated quickly.
I will say one of the most memorable parts of that night was seeing, fans stand up and really give it to Lipka because, our broadcast booth's off to the third base side, up the line a little bit. And it was one of those strange situations where it happened in the moment, and then I said to myself, wait, did that actually just happen? A guy bunted with 2 outs in the 9th inning of a no-hitter, and then I looked around and saw some reactions from fans, and I was like, this seems a little weird. We're playing minor league baseball here.
Yeah, people love baseball. They don't care if it's major league or minor league. So, hey, I still loved it. Still love the guy, Matt Lipka. Whatever people say, I still love him.
Estevan Florial at the plate for the Thunder here with a couple of men aboard and 2 away here in the 5th inning. Thunder trying to break through against left-hander Caleb Barriger, who they saw a couple of times last season with Richmond. Florial with some big-time power. And the pitch from Barriger is fouled away for strike 1.
Yeah, Flo has some outstanding power, especially his opposite field power. I haven't seen anything like that from anybody, really.
Pitch to Florial is swung on and missed for strike 2. Do you think he has better opposite field power than you do, Chris?
No. It's close. I'll say it's close, but I give myself the advantage a little bit. I give it a little bit.
And a 2-2 pitch is swung on and lifted to center field. This one well struck. Back is Ramos. He's at the track, at the wall. It is gone! A 3-run home run for Estevan Florial. And the Thunder have the lead here in the 5th inning.
Hey, okay, I might give him to him on that one. That one was crushed.
A Hyundai home run from Estevan Florial has put the Thunder in front here in the 5th inning. What a shot from the center fielder.
Me and Flo, we were both on the DL in 2000 and I think, was it 17, I want to say? So we spent a lot of time together, and a lot of stuff we said is we're breathing, we're alive, we're good, no matter what happens. Just another day to play baseball.
And really, I think that is probably one of the hardest parts about the situation we're faced with now. And, another question we got from Instagram from Willamette30 was, what do you miss most about not being able to play baseball right now?
Just hanging out with the boys, I feel like. Just being around my teammates. Don't have to worry about anything. Everything that's outside of baseball, whatever's happening when we get on the field, nobody worries about it. Nobody really talks about it. But we know that we can talk to each other. Just being with the guys, that's the most thing I miss about it.
As we enter the top half of the 6th inning here on Thursday Night Thunder, Miguel Yajure, working out of the bullpen, steps onto the mound for the Thunder after 5 innings of 1-run ball from Clark Schmidt. Yajure, right-hander who made an impact with the Thunder late in the season last year, a couple of appearances in the postseason as well, drops in a breaking ball strike to start this inning. Chris, we'll ask you another question submitted to us over Instagram. This is coming from Matt Seener. Do you have a favorite home run that you've ever hit in your life?
Yeah, I'll say the one that I hit this spring training. That's probably, I had a couple, but that one aces the cake. It's put the icings on the cake, and just having that moment of running around the bases, I was just trying to tell myself, don't trip.
You were really nervous about tripping on a home run trot? Come on, you've probably done 100 of those in your life.
Yeah, but crazy stuff has happened, so I was just being extra cautious and saying, okay, touch every bag and don't trip. Please don't trip.
I imagine that, for a minor league player, getting the opportunity to play in a big league spring training game as Yajure rings up fold for out number 1 here in the 6th inning, I imagine that really is a memory that you'll keep for a long time.
Yeah, most definitely. And that was my first home run in big league spring training. I've been across the street since 2016, so just having that opportunity was great.
As we work here in the top half of the 6th inning, we want to remind you that Arm & Hammer Pet Care products are proud to be the official sponsors of Rookie and Dash. Since we're all home with our dogs and cats these days, you should check out the complete line of Arm & Hammer Pet Care products for your dog or cat at armandhammer.com or at your local supermarket or pet store. Miguel Yajure some quick work here in the 6th inning. He's got 2 away. And the pitch is delivered low for ball 1. I'm John Mozes. Chris Gittens is with us. Eastern League's most valuable player in 2019 here on Thursday Night Thunder. We've talked about some of the favorite memories from last year. You know, I think that bunt in Hartford was one. Is there another game that sticks out for you, Chris, when you reflect back on last season?
Oh, yes. The day before Mother's Day, that Saturday, we played Portland, and we were down by 5 in the 9th inning to come back and win that game. That was a great one.
Certainly was a big comeback. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning here on Thursday Night Thunder. It is 3-1 Trenton. Caleb Barriger still on the mound. And, you know, I remember that was, you know, a day where Zach Zahner comes down from AAA and he played well for the Rail Riders. And, you know, it just felt like one of those amazing baseball moments when Zahner came to the plate in the 12th inning and ended up winning the game with a 2-run triple.
Yeah, most definitely. Zahner could have been just mad about being sent down, but he was a team player and still did what he had to do. So, hey, tap my hat to Zahner.
See some activity in the Richmond bullpen here in the 6th inning, but Barriger has been so efficient with this pitch count that it's really not much of a factor at this point. You see just 63 pitches at this juncture here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Barriger facing the one and only Chris Gittens.
He's doing good, keeping me off balance with that changeup.
The fly ball swung on and hit well, deep left field. Back is Heyward, and just shy of the warning track, he makes the catch for the first out.
Ooh, just missed it. I want that one back.
You know, I was curious, Chris, you know, I imagine that there are a lot of swings, that there are a lot of times you're saying to yourself, oh, I just missed it. You know, baseball seems to be the type of sport where you can be just that close to hitting a home run or hitting a double or a single to win the game, and you just don't get that opportunity to because it's so dang hard to hit that ball where you want to.
Yeah, most definitely, and especially playing at Armhamer Park, you could hit it great and still be out. So just whatever happens. Like you said earlier, is just don't worry about it and move on to the next pitch or the next AB.
Well, bloop single there from Brandon Wagner, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the road for Caleb Barriger and the Flying Squirrels starter. As he heads out, manager Jose Alguacil takes the ball from him, and we have a pitching change here at Arm & Hammer Park. Right-hander at the plate, Trey Amburgey coming next, which means that right-hander Ryan Halstead emerges from the bullpen, a right-hander who the Thunder saw quite a few times last year. Good fastball, good slider. Chris, what do you remember from facing Ryan Halstead in real life?
Hard two-seam, hard slider. Very tall dude, so it looks even closer when he delivers the pitch.
I mean, I will say that that's probably one of the tougher parts for batters these days, is that you face so many pitchers that are, 6'5", 6'6", and by the time they release it out in front of their body, it looks like it's right on top of you, huh?
Yeah, no, most definitely. And like you said, Halstead, he's definitely one of the guys that you just got to see the ball up and pray that you hit something on the barrel.
1 ball and 2 strikes here against Amburgey with 1 away here in the 6th inning. And Halstead delivers. Amburgey swings and fouls it away, keeping the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I want to know, will the Flying Squirrels get mad that we can see their pitches? Just put it out there.
I mean, I will say this, Chris, at least your team's not using a trash can.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Most definitely.
Hoyt Park is in the on-deck circle for the Thunder, the count 3-2. Halstead ready. And the delivery home is swung on and fouled away. Well, Trey Amburgey, one of the sort of underrated outfielders in the Yankees minor league system, has terrific power, can run, really play defense well. He drives one into the alley toward left center field, and that ball is off the wall. Extra bases here for Amburgey. Wagner will go first to third and get the stop sign there, setting up Trenton for more offense here in the 6th inning. Ball absolutely smoked off the wall by Amburgey.
Wags, he has to score off that. He should know right off the bat that the ball's in the gap. So Wags got to do better. Reggie, you might need to call Wags.
Ground ball to third, and that'll keep the base runners put as Hoy Park rounds out for the second out of the inning. As in Reggie Jackson? Is that who you're saying that Wagner needs to hear from?
No. Reggie Willis.
Got it. Okay. Right. Zach Zahner, the hitter now for the Thunder. He swings and fouls it away. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Liking Zahner's shoes right now.
Zahner always has had some swag.
Yeah, but I just don't think they're Yankee approved. I feel like it's a little too much yellow. It's supposed to be 50-50. So it's not working for me right now.
Just that, you're not expecting Zach to be wearing a pair of cleats like this, or you don't think they'd be Yankees approved?
Both. Definitely both. Known Zach for a while. I don't think Zahner would wear anything like that.
Another 2-2 pitch from Halstead is outside for ball 3. And, I look forward to learning more about some of the clothing decisions that your teammates make, Chris. What do you expect Zach Zahner to wear on a typical basis?
Just the old school Nike Zooms. He loves them. So just all black laces, black everything. That's Mr. Yankee. Zach Zahner is Mr. Yankee.
6 innings in the books. Trenton leads it 3-1 here on Thursday Night Thunder as we work our way here into the top half of the 7th inning. Miguel Yajure still on the mound. He fires a fastball strike to Peter Maris. It is Maris, Miller, and Jurenko. 6, 7, and 8 in the Flying Squirrels order here in the 7th inning. And Yajure's pitch swung on and raked foul for strike 2. Who is the best dressed teammate you've ever had in your professional career, Chris?
Best dressed. I'll say it again, my boy Kyle Holder. That the Cali swag. Some I wouldn't wear. I don't like my jeans flooding really any, but he can pull it off, so I give it to him. Give Holder. And he has hair out of this world, so I wish I had something like that.
How would you describe Kyle's hair? Would you describe it as flow, perhaps as lettuce?
A little both. More flow, I feel like. It's just he could be a model, I feel like, if he wanted to, just with his hair, just have people take pictures of his hair. So I give it like Kyle. Kyle can do it all. He really can. I don't know too many hair models, but he would be one of them.
Pitch is outside, and Yajure loses the leadoff man here in the 7th inning. And I will say, Chris, that, by playing in the Yankees system, you probably don't know too many excellent hair teammates just because that's the nature of playing for the Yankees minor league system.
Yeah, no, not at all. If Brandon Wagner played for any other team, I would say Brandon Wagner. His flow was ridiculous in JUCO.
Jalen Miller, the batter for Richmond, as Yajure tries to work through some trouble here in the 7th inning with the leadoff man aboard. Pitch is swung on and lifted foul down the third base line. We have some time for another question here from Instagram. It's coming from Benjamin Lewin 92. What is your favorite MILB stadium that you've played in?
I like Harvard. I feel like that's just the easiest answer. But Portland, I love playing in Portland. It was a great atmosphere. It was never hot. Definitely was cold, but during the summertime, it was great. Great double play.
Jalen Miller bouncing into that double play as Miguel Yahure spins the twin killing behind him. And that is the pitcher's best friend. Get another look at it here. It's a combination the Thunder fans are certainly used to. Holder and Park in the middle infield. And you got a lot of chances to play with those guys this past year. How useful is it for you as a first baseman to see Holder and Park playing together in the middle infield with you?
So, like I said, I've seen both of them in the middle infield since Charleston in 2016. So, just all three of us been going up together. It's been great just knowing that, hey, anything up the middle, just know get to the bag because their range is incredible.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here on the catcher, Adam Jaranko. Left-hand batter against Yahure, the pitch taken inside for ball 3. I mean, I would imagine that Miguel Yahure is somebody that certainly caught my attention down the stretch last year. Gittens, for you, I mean, have you had a chance to face Miguel Yahure in spring training?
Yes. That's another guy. I feel like really anybody in our Yankees organization, pitcher, is disgusting. So, and he's another one that's young, throws everything for a strike, and he broke my bat this spring training. So appreciate that, Yahoo.
Middle of the 7th inning here at Arm & Hammer Park. We will pause now for God Bless America and Take Me Out to the Ballgame.
With Joe and Tony of Dueling Pianos and their performance of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night, through the light up above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Fans over 18 in Section 110, Row J, are getting New Jersey Lottery loose change tickets. Good luck and start scratching. Now, Thunder fans, get up, stretch out, and sing along with Joe and Tony of Dueling Pianos and their rendition of Take Me Out to the Ballgame.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root toot toot for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Joe and Tony of Dueling Pianos.
Let's drop.
We have a winner in the New Jersey Lottery 7th inning scratch.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Richmond, number 63, Matt Carlson.
Thursday Night Thunder continues as we enter the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is Trenton 3 and Richmond 1. The right-hander on the mound for the Flying Squirrels is Matt Carlson. Facing 8, 9, and 1 in Trenton's order, Max Burt, Francisco Diaz, and Estevan Florial. The 2019 Eastern League's most valuable player, Chris Gittens, is with us here on Thursday Night Thunder. Pitch to Burt is fouled away. Well, Chris, we've been working through some of these questions tonight that we got from Instagram. Some of these also came for Jordan Foley, who was with us for the first couple innings tonight, as Burt swings and misses for the first out here in the 7th inning. But this question coming from Nancy Haspius: who is your favorite baseball player of all time?
Yankee fans, don't be mad at me, but favorite baseball player of all time is the reason why I wear 34 is David Ortiz, Big Papi.
Wow. Why David Ortiz? What was so appealing to him about you?
Growing up, watching him, granted, never knew that Dominicans played baseball growing up, so really just thought it was another black person out there. And 34, I love 34 growing up, and just seeing him hit home runs and play the way he does, and I loved it.
1-1 pitch to Francisco Diaz is inside for ball 2. I'm just curious your reaction to this question from Ghost K. Cato for Jordan Foley. How are your thighs so big?
That's a typical Ghost K question. I don't know, Foley does have some big thighs, so what was his answer?
You know, we didn't get a chance to ask him.
Oh, okay.
But I might have to text him after we're finished here tonight, Chris.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like definitely does a lot of squats, a lot of lunges. I feel like that's where he generates his power from.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Francisco Diaz with 1 away here in the 7th. And the pitch to him is in the dirt for ball 4, so the Thunder have a base runner here in the 7th inning. And, I think that opens up sort of an interesting question for you, Chris. I mean, in this time where you're back home in Texas, how do you keep your body ready for baseball season?
Really, I still have a trainer, and granted, I can't work out there right now, but he texts me every day different workout plans, and I usually either in the morning or about a little close to like 2 or 3, go out to the parking lot on the top floor and do my workout.
I mean, I will say that I think for everyone's exercise routine that, this pandemic has forced us all to make some adjustments. I personally can't stand running long distances, and yet I have picked up doing some of that. Have you started to do some activities that you may not do otherwise?
Yeah, like we jog around my apartment complex, and like you said, I'm with you on the long distance. I absolutely hate it. And our parking garage is like a little incline, so usually just sprint up there throughout. But I have to use my backpack as my weights. Put my backpack on, load it up with different stuff, make it as heavy as I can, and just jog around with it or sprint with it on, and keep it as like a weighted vest.
Estevan Florial down on strikes. Here is Kyle Holder with a man aboard and 2 away here in the 7th inning. And the pitch from Cara City is just outside for ball 1. So, Chris, I think a lot of us read about, how Yankees minor leaguers were quarantined for a little bit of time when, spring training had shut down. What was sort of the most challenging part of the quarantine that you had to do in the hotel?
Just keep myself occupied. I had to go walk around a little bit, play video games. Luckily, I was on the big league side, so didn't have to be quarantined really. So that was a great thing that I I got to come home with all the big leaguers when they got to leave and everything. So it was great.
Top half of the 8th inning here on Thursday Night Thunder. Chris Gittens is with us, the 2019 Eastern League's most valuable player and a new Thunder arm. Right-hander Braden Bristow is into the game. See the attendance tonight, just shy of 7,000 here at Arm & Hammer Park. Bristow's pitch a little bit high. And he's fallen behind in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Chris, have you played MLB The Show now that all of the minor leaguers are into it?
No, I still haven't been able to get the game yet, but definitely I have to get that, and I have to definitely get Madden.
Yeah, would you say you're the best Madden football player in the Yankees organization?
Not at all. Not at all. Probably the worst, one of the worst ones.
Well, who owns that title, Chris? Who's the best Madden player that I should be challenging to beat?
Kanan Smith, he's a real good Madden player. He's a really, really good Madden player.
Interesting. Does he have a specific team or a specific style? Any scouting report you can give me?
He's really overall he does it all. He can run, throw. He's good on defense. I threw 6 picks against him, so just say if you do challenge him, watch out.
6 interceptions, man. I would have quit after the 4th one, partner.
Yeah, hey, it was a tough one. I still had to try to battle, but after the 21 skunk, I gave it to him.
So you're saying you're 1-1 all time against Kanan Smith in Madden football?
Yes. Yeah, 1-1.
One play for the Thunder on the infield. That's over to first base, and there's one away. But a man now in scoring position here in the top half of the 8th inning for Richmond. Right-hander Braden Bristow delivers, and his first offering is in there for a strike to Jorge Benitez. Or pardon, this is Mark Moyer, the shortstop. Good speed at second base with Jacob Heyward. And Bristow delivers a fastball strike. See him burn it in there at 96. Bristow certainly has that in the right arm.
Yeah, definitely. A little short guy, but definitely brings a lot of power.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Moyer is down on strikes. Well, Bristow really spotting up with the fastball there.
Even gave him a little smirk at the end of that fastball, which I've definitely seen a smirk before from Bristow.
Here's Derek Fold, the third baseman for Richmond. And the pitch is in there for a strike at 95. Yeah, I will say, Braden Bristow, a guy that will surprise you a little bit. You know, you don't necessarily look at him and think he's a guy that'll bring it to you in the mid to high 90s, and yet here he is, 95 and 96 in the 8th inning.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, if you're facing the Yankees, everybody throws hard, no matter if they're big, tall, whatever.
But a little bit of trouble here as Fold is hit by a pitch, but I'm not sure. Did he go on that one?
Hey, I think he did. I feel like we need a review on that one.
Got to check out with that first base umpire, but now some trouble here for the Thunder. Men at first and second with 2 away. Here's Logan Morrison, and he swings at the first offering and grounds it foul. Morrison, a former big leaguer, with a handful of teams, most recently with Philadelphia. Powerful left-hand batter and good speed on the base paths for Richmond. Here's an 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and lifted to center field, sending Florial back. He's still on the run. It's over his head. One bounce and over the wall. A ground rule double for Logan Morrison. And it's a 3-2 game here in the 8th. Here's Elliot Ramos, the center fielder. Breaking ball nips the outside corner for strike 1 from Bristow. Of the Yankees, Chris, that you have faced in spring training, who is the toughest pitcher in the organization that you've faced?
Toughest pitcher? It's a lot of them. Probably, I'll say Reeves, James Reeves. Granted, he's a lefty, but when he throws that glove at you, I don't know, it throws me off a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that I think I've heard that a little bit, that, James Reeves can be really tough to pick the ball up when he throws it at you, as that pitch is fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. But is it really just that ability to sort of hide the ball from you that makes it tough?
Yeah, most definitely. You can't see the ball at all from him. And like I said, when that glove, it looks like he's just trying to punch you with the glove. So if you just got to look at his face, look at where you think the ball's going to come out, and just try to swing.
Well, the Flying Squirrels have taken the lead here in the 8th inning on the bloop single by Heliot Ramos, and that will bring a change on the mound for Trenton. Here comes Trevor Lane, one of the nastier left-handers in the Yankees minor league system.
Yes, Trevor. Spent a lot of time with Trevor this year. He was my roommate this spring training at the beginning. Great guy that loves all pitches, so I can't wait to see him throw.
The breaking ball skips away from Francisco Diaz, and swiping third is Ramos. Next fastball is in there for a strike, the count 1-1. I mean, Lanes has some of the best natural stuff in the Yankees organization.
Yeah, between his fastball and his slider, I really don't see how lefties really get a hit off of him.
Next offering swung on and fouled away to count 2-2 strikes. Maris awaits, and the next pitch is swung on and fouled away again. I will say that at least MLB The Show is right on point. Trevor Lane doesn't waste any time in real life, and he just misses inside to count 3-6.
Yeah, not at all. He's quick, and he wants the ball in his glove as soon as possible.
Jalen Miller standing on deck for Richmond. The delivery is a breaking ball in there for strike 3. But a couple of runs across for the Flying Squirrels here in the 8th inning. They have the lead at 4-3. We have the bottom of the 8th here on Thursday Night Thunder. Thursday Night Thunder presented by Stark and Stark. Flying Squirrels leading the Thunder 4-3. Right-hander Sam Wolf enters the game for Richmond. You see the numbers for him this season. Pretty good numbers overall for the right-hander Wolf, and he's got a tough task to begin this 8th inning. Chris Gittens leading off the inning, and Chris Gittens with us still here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. First offering outside for ball 1.
I will say they have my batting stance pretty good. I like it.
Line drive to left field, and it's in for a base hit. Well, it lines right up with you, Chris.
Yeah, I wish I could get that ball up in the air a little bit, but pull side low, oppo high.
Here's Brandon Wagner for the Thunder, and the delivery is inside to him for ball 1.
I like how they got Wags' flow in this game. I really like it.
Left-hand batter awaits, and the pitch is taken low for ball 2. A 2-0, and Wagner takes a hack but fouls it away for strike 1. Take another question here from Instagram. This is from Stevie Winnets 9900. What is the experience like at the AA level for you, Chris?
It was great. Like I said, it's very tough. Everybody we faced, going from starters to relievers, every day, especially facing when we had to face the Erie Seawolves, playing them and seeing all them. So it was very tough.
Yeah, that Seawolves rotation. I mean, I really struggle to name another team that has had such an amount of pitching talent on their team at the same time as Wagner grounds into a double play here in the 8th inning. I mean, you know, just sort of observing what Erie's seen the last couple of years, you know, you got right-hander Kyle Funkhauser, saw Matt Manning for a long time this year, Spencer Turnbull, of course, Casey Mize, who was the #1 overall pick, and that is a team that has a lot of pitching on the way.
Yeah, most definitely. I would definitely see them in the big leagues here soon.
So 2 away for the Thunder here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Here's Trey Amburgey, the right fielder. And the pitch from Wolf is in there at the top of the zone for strike 1. Do you have a favorite ballpark not in Double-A, maybe at a lower level that you've experienced, Chris?
Yeah, Columbia Fireflies played their great ballpark. It reminds me of Hartford. And it was brand new right when we got there, so it was a great place to play.
A ball and 2 strikes with 2 out. Trenton trailing by a run here in the 8th inning. And the pitch, a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Wolf, and the Thunder are out of luck in the 8th inning. After the leadoff man reached, we head to the 9th. Richmond leading at 4-3 here on Thursday Night Thunder. Top half of the 9th inning here on Thursday Night Thunder, presented by Stark & Stark. Trevor Lane still on the mound, as Jalen Miller will lead off the inning for Richmond. Miller, Geronko, and Heyward for the Flying Squirrels. Chris Gittens, the Eastern League's most valuable player in 2019, still with us here on Thursday Night Thunder as we work into the 9th. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and lifted to left field to be a routine play for Zach Zahner, who makes the catch for out number 1. I mean, you know, that postseason run for the Thunder last year was just so much fun. And, you know, once we sort of got to the postseason and the roster was set, you know, I really felt like that this Thunder team was probably the favorite overall. And, you know, once Kyle Holder hit that home run in Game 2 of the division series against Reading in the 10th inning, did you have a feeling that the Thunder would come out Eastern League champions?
Yeah, especially right after, like, I say even before that, but it assured us right when he hit that home run that, hey, we have a chance and now we can come together and anything's possible. And we saw that the day before Mother's Day when we came back from being on 5, that no matter what the score is, as long as we still have 3 outs left, anything can happen.
3-2 pitch is swung on and grounded to third. Up with it is Max Burt, and he tosses across the diamond for out number 2. It was one of the hallmarks of the season last year. It just seemed like the Thunder were excellent across the board defensively last year.
Yeah, from everybody, infield, outfield, catchers. We really tried to do the little things. We just field your position, try not to do too much, and whatever happens, happens.
Here's Jacob Heyward. Takes a fastball strike from Trevor Lane to count 1 ball and 1 strike. Lane working quick, and the pitch is swung on and fouled away down the right field line. For strike 2, good effort by Trey Amburgey to chase after it. And the next offering from Lane is swung on, flared shallow on the infield, and caught by the first baseman, Wagner. And that'll do it for the Squirrels at bat here in the top half of the 9th inning. Does Trenton have a rally in them? We'll find out after this here on Thursday Night Thunder, presented by Stark & Stark. Well, a situation that the Thunder were plenty familiar with in 2019. Down a run as we enter the ninth inning. Right-hander Tyler Sear will come on to try to save this one for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. One of the better right-hand arms at the back end of the bullpen in the Eastern League a season ago. Faced Hoyt Park to begin this bottom of the ninth inning, and he delivers a fastball strike. Chris, what do you remember from facing Tyler Sear previously?
Good fastball, nasty splitter, changeup, whatever it is. I think it's a splitter. It's a disgusting. He struck me out in the All-Star game with the splitter.
I mean, that All-Star game in Richmond really looked like a fun time for all you guys.
Yeah, it was great having that many fans. About I think 11 or 12,000 fans out there. It was great.
Here's a liner toward deep right field. That one is off the base of the wall. Hoyt Park is around first, and he will get to second base standing to lead off the ninth inning with a double.
Hey, we've seen that a lot from Hoy. Small guy, but definitely brings the power.
Well, that one just shy of the wall, and the Thunder have the tying run in scoring position. Here is Zach Zahner batting for the Thunder. The offering is outside for ball one from Sear. Boy, you just see all the fans up on their feet here. Big spot here in the bottom of the ninth inning here at Arm & Hammer Park.
Mr. Yankee right here.
And the pitch to Zahner is on the outside corner. Good fastball at 95 from Sear. And the count is 1-1 strike. Sear delivers, and Zahner swings through it for strike two. Boy, ramping it up there at 98. Zahner, the left fielder, trying to drive in the tying run. Hoyt Park stands at second. And the pitch just outside. Little cut fastball, fighting off that outside corner. And the delivery, another breaking ball, and that one bites low for ball three. Good patience here from Zach Zahner.
Got a good guy, Max Burt, on deck. Love to see him in this position.
And the payoff pitch to Zahner is swung on and grounded foul down the third base line. See manager and third base coach Julio Mosquera jumping out of the way there. Another 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away. Good battle here by Zahner. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up next. And Zahner takes outside for ball four. Just a great at-bat there from Zahner.
Hey, every time Zahner comes up, you know something good is going to happen. So, great eye from Zahner.
Okay, here comes Max Burt. I mean, this could be a situation where the Thunder look to bunt and get both men into scoring position.
Yeah.
No offering of a bunt there as the curveball delivers high.
Let the young man hit.
Francisco Diaz in the on-deck circle for the Thunder. And the pitch home. Outside again. Sear nibbling a little bit here. It's 2-0.
I feel like Burt is going to swing out of his shoes right here.
That pitch is delivered high, and he's worked the count more into his favor here at 3-0. So you get the green light here, Chris. The pitch is taken for a strike.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Gonna make the pitcher beat you here, huh?
Yeah, 100%. He just thrown three straight balls. Well, really, I think 4 or 5 straight balls. So
Burt swings and misses. Good breaking
right
ball for strike two. And Sear delivers again. A swing and a miss for strike three. Fastball, letter high. Got him.
pitch before that one was, I feel like it got in Burt's head a little bit, threw a 3-1 split, change up something, then got the high heater. So he was sitting on another breaking ball right there.
Francisco Diaz squares to bunt and puts it down off to the third base side. It's picked up. They go to second for one, but not in time over at first base, and the game stays alive.
You need to talk to Julio about that decision right there with bunting with one out right there, not bunting with no out.
Here is Estevan Florial, chance to be the hero. He's already got a 3-run home run in this one for the Thunder. And a 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. Sear awaits, has the sign, and delivers a pitch in the dirt. Diaz held at first, and the count is 3-0.
Great block right there by the Flying Squirrels catcher.
3-0. Taken inside for ball 4, and it comes up to Kyle Holder here in the 9th.
Hey, this reminds me of the game, bottom of the 10th. Let the man eat. Let him eat.
So here is Kyle Holder, everyday shortstop for the Thunder last season. Takes the first offering outside, but boy, Tyler Seals still bringing it at 97.
97 with an 80-something mile per hour, all speed. It's nasty.
San Diego native awaits a 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball just missed, and the count is 2-0. Boy, is Sear getting squeezed in this inning?
Looks like it. Looked like around in the 8th inning, 7th, 8th inning, the umpire was giving them a little bit, the corners a little bit now. The crowd is getting into it. I feel like the umpire is getting a little nervous right now.
And that one just missed. The count is 3-0. We'll see if Sear can make his way all the way back into the count here. 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch is in there for a strike. Holder didn't like that one too much.
No. Let's see, does he do like Max Burton and give him an all-speed pitch?
Indeed he does. A good breaking ball over that inside corner, and the count is 3-2. Payoff pitch is fouled away by Holder.
3-2, 2 outs. Every kid wants to be in this position.
Another 3-2 is fouled away. With the bases loaded and 2 out, another 3-2 pitch fouled away again. And the delivery swung on and fouled away again. Oh, this is a matchup for the ages. Three-two, swung on and fouled away again. Boy, Holder not giving up an inch. Here in the 9th inning, Trenton down by a run. The pitch is fouled away again by Holder. Where will Tyler Sear go here? With the bases loaded, the pitch swung on, grounded fair down the third base line. Zahner in to score, Diaz behind him. It's a walk-off winner. Kyle Holder wins it for the Thunder. A 2-run single here in the 9th inning. Celebrations all across Arm & Hammer Park as Trenton pulls down a victory tonight over the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Estevan Florial's 3-run home run put the Thunder ahead. Richmond rallied back, and then the 2-run single by Holder in the bottom half of the 9th inning pushes Trenton to the victory tonight. Big thanks to Jordan Foley and Chris Gittens for joining us tonight on Thursday Night Thunder, presented this week by Stark and Stark Attorneys at Law. Special thanks to Northfield Bank for presenting tonight's starting lineups. So, for producer extraordinaire Ben Wolverton, this is John Moses saying good night, and thanks for watching Thursday Night Thunder.